What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and it's Friday. We're going to wrap up another week of Johnny Depp films, and today we're going to discuss The Ninth Gate, starring, of course, Johnny Depp alongside Lena Olin, Frank Langella, Emmanuel Seigner, James Russo, Jack Taylor, and Barbara Jefford. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, it's finally Friday. We're done with another week of Johnny Depp films, but we still have some more coming up in the next couple of weeks, right here on the channel as we continue to celebrate his 60th birthday. And today we're going to discuss The Ninth Gate. And as our movie opens, Dean Corso, a New York City rare book dealer, is hired by wealthy collector Boris Balkan. Now, Balkan has acquired a copy of The Nine Gates of the Kingdom of Shadows, a book by the 17th century author Anstide Torchia, which is supposed to be able to summon the devil. Torchia is alleged to have written the book in collaboration with the devil himself, and only 3 copies survived when he and his works were burned for hearsay. Now, Balkan believes that only one of the 3 books is authentic, and he wants Corso to inspect the other 2 copies in order to determine which one is genuine. During his travels, Corso comes into contact with a mysterious woman known only as the Girl, who appears to be following him. Corso interviews Liana Telfer, the widow of Andrew Telfer, who sold Balkan his copy of The Nine Gates shortly before killing himself. Liana seduces Corso, hoping that he will sell the book to her. After they have sex and he refuses to sell, she attacks him and knocks him unconscious. The next day, Corso goes to a bookseller that he had entrusted the book to and finds him hanged in his store, identical to one of the engravings within the Nine Gates. Corso retrieves the book and travels to Toledo, Spain, in order to speak to the Cinzia brothers, book restorers who owned Balkan's copy prior to the Telfers. The brothers show Corso that of the book's 9 engravings, only 6 are signed A.T., Aristide Torchia. The others are signed L.C.F., for Lucifer. Corso then travels to Sintra, Lisbon, Portugal, and he meets with Victor Fargas, who owns a copy of The Nine Gates. Corso discovers that 3 different engravings within his copy are signed LCF, and the engravings that are signed this way have subtle little differences from the ones signed AT. Corso then relays his findings to Balkan, and Balkan orders him to acquire Fargas's copy. The next day, the girl takes Corso to see Fargas, who has been drowned. Corso retrieves Fargas's burnt copy from the fireplace and finds the 3 LCF engravings have been torn out. Corso then goes to Paris, France, in order to investigate the 3rd copy, which is owned by Baroness Kessler. Wary of Corso and knowing that he is employed by Balkan, she refuses him. Corso is then attacked while walking outside, only to be saved by the girl, who exhibits seemingly supernatural powers. Corso hides Balkan's book within his hotel room and tells Kessler about the LCF engravings, proposing that each copy has three that together make an authentic set of nine. Intrigued by this development, Kessler allows Corso to examine her copy. Corso is attacked, and the Baroness is strangled to death, and her library set on fire. Corso returns to his hotel and discovers that Balkan's copy is now missing, presumably stolen by Liana. The girl and Corso track Liana to a manor where a satanic cult are conducting a ritual using Balkan's book. Balkan interrupts the ceremony, takes his copy back, and strangles Liana to death. Corso abandons the girl, presuming that she was working for Balkan all alone, and pursues Balkan, but loses him. Corso finds a clue in Kessler's belongings that directs him to a remote castle, where Balkan is preparing to summon the devil using the 9 LCF engravings. He subdues Corso and forces him to watch as he performs the ritual. It apparently works and grants Balkan the power and immunity to harm, and he offers himself as a sacrifice in order to demonstrate. However, the ritual did not work, and Balkan begins to scream in pain. Corso retrieves the engravings and shoots Balkan. Entering Balkan's car, Corso is confronted by the girl. The two have sex on the ground, and the girl astride Corso, backlit by the castle, which is now engulfed in flames. Her face appears to change as she grinds on top of Corso. The girl then explains that Balkan's ritual did not work because one of the engravings was forged. When they stop for gas, she leaves but gives Corso a note, sending him back to the Senzia brothers. At their shop, Corso finds that they have mysteriously vanished, and the shop is being cleaned out. As the workmen remove a large bookcase, a dust covered paper floats down from the top. This is the authentic engraving, which depicts a woman who resembles the girl riding atop of a dragon like beast in front of a burning castle. Corso appears, returning to the castle with the gates opening up, full of blinding light, implying that the entrance of the ninth gate has opened for him as our movie comes to its end. This was an interesting one that going in I knew little to nothing about. I I was very much intrigued by it as I watched it, and although not on the same level of an Indiana Jones or a National Treasure, I kind of liked the little bit of the treasure hunt aspect to it, whereas Johnny Depp's character has to go from book to book to find the differences, to discover that each of the three books has three different paintings, engravings, artwork, drawings, whatever you want to call them, that were done by the devil. And when you put all nine together, it forms the authentic copy and can then summon him. I thought that was a great twist on things because no one man has what it takes to harness that power. And I'm pretty sure that's the moral of the whole story. And the fact that you've got this guy who Corso is just so unlikable in the beginning because he's essentially a book mercenary. He goes out there and he tries to find the most rare, the most hard to find books and get them for pennies so that he can then bring them to his friend in his store and sell them for hundreds, thousands of dollars. because he knows what they're worth, but he knows that not everybody else realizes their value. So if he can grab something at a steal and then flip it for a profit, hey, that's almost like the American dream right there. So he's very much in the beginning not this likable person. And then you meet Balkan, who's even worse. And Corso then becomes like the neutral between his friend and Balkan. And Corso then becomes kind of like our neutral middle here. He's not as good as his friend, but he's not near as evil as Balkan. So he goes on this quest, and at first it's just about the money for Corso. Yeah, you're willing to pay me a ton of money to go do this? Pay me, cough it up, let's go. But by the time we get midway through the movie and people are dying, Balkan's copy of the book has come up missing. It's just not worth it to Corso anymore. He's just like, I want out. And it's a nice little morality tale, kind of like when is enough enough? And then to find out that the girl, this mysterious woman that continues to pop up throughout the story, resembles a girl in one of the paintings. That's a great twist there, too. You know, is she the devil, so to speak? Is she just a chess piece that the devil is using to lure Corso? That part never really gets examined and explored and, you know, explained. It's just kind of left there for you to figure out. But I did thoroughly enjoy this movie, the story here. I do recommend it. When it comes to my rating for this film, I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I definitely think that's fair for first viewing. It's definitely got potential to grow and climb for me when we do more of these and I get more viewings of the film. A couple years from now, maybe revisit it, see if it still holds, see if it holds up against the test of time. But I thoroughly enjoyed this one. What about you guys out there? Those of you that have seen The Ninth Gate, what do you think? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. And let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And it's New Release Saturday. We're going to be talking about the Netflix original documentary, Anna Nicole Smith, You Don't Know Me. And then later on in the afternoon, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, the Jeff Meacham Network, and across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, it'll be time for the premiere of AEW Collision, a Jeff Meacham Network watch along event, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, all across the multiverse of media. The Simple Man Noah Foster, the He Man James Hebert will be on the call primarily. Myself, Jeff Meacham will both be there sporadically, popping in and out, giving our 2 cents in. And then immediately following that, after Collision, we will have Aaron Rift himself from NoDQ.com doing his recap of AEW Collision. But it doesn't end there. Once that's all done and the dust has settled from Collision, we're going to be going into the match game. This is going to be another fun one. We've got some contestants lined up. We've got our panel lined up. This, our second ever game show night on open mic night. And then immediately following that, it will be the normal open mic night festivities. You don't want to miss out on any of that coverage. So make sure that you tune in. You don't want to miss out on any of that content. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view, PLE watch-along coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Johnny Depp, fans of Lena Olin, fans of religious stories. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy the content in this video, share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to keep my visibility up and YouTube's algorithms now that we are in fact a monetized channel right here on the platform. Thank you once again to everybody out there who joined me and tuned in this afternoon. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. And I will see you guys next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.